Ladies, let's keep it real. Y'all need a man that bad where y'all are willing to give him over 100, 200, $300,000 just to say you got you somebody. People are doing it right now, okay? Tonight, we are going to discuss The Tinder Swindler, a new documentary that was just featured on Netflix. We need to discuss this. The documentary starts out with this lady named Cecily. She's from, I don't guess, Norway or something like that. And this lady is an avid user of Tinder. She liked to swipe left, swipe right, just to see what's popping out there. She's in the constant search for love. So she runs across Mr. Simon Leaviv, a straight up con artist from Israeli who's straight out here taking cookies, money, time, credit, and everything else. Okay, let's get into it. So Cecily starts talking about how she just happened to be on Tinder one day. She swipes right. She see this guy. He's kind of intriguing. She loves all the pictures that he's posting on Tinder. So he seems to be a really intriguing guy. She swiped right. He immediately messages her, invites her to the Four Seasons. So I guess they're popular all over the world, to meet up for coffee. They meet up for coffee. She's liking what she's hearing. She's liking what she's seeing. The dude comes there. He's Gucci down to the socks. He invites her on his private jet to go somewhere, Prague, I guess. She agrees to go day one on a coffee date. She gets on a plane and baby, she just thinks she hits the jackpot, okay? She thought she, found a once in a lifetime opportunity. She was ready to go. She did it. This lady confessed to getting on this plane with this man that she just met from Tinder. Travels with him. While she's on the plane, and this will all make sense in a minute, he's surrounded by a team of people. She finds out that Simon is a part of a huge $1 billion industry, Diamond Family, LLT, Diamondeers, or whatever it's called. And he's traveling for work. He has her on this private jet with a team of security and also with his daughter, who's being held by this woman, his baby mama, which she comes to find out later. She winds up, they're jet setting all across Europe. She feels like, this is her shot. She finally did it. She found her Prince Charming. She is swept off of her feet. They talk and talk and talk. And I guess they get it in the first night, child. She was hooked. Okay? That's lady number one. Lady number two, Pernilla. Same thing. She's on the search for love. I guess she's in, I don't know where all these people are. These little countries in Europe. But this other woman, she's swiping left, swiping right, finds out that this guy, he's interested in her. He does the same thing, invites her out for a night of a coffee date. She didn't really like him, but she decided, he was a nice enough guy. He had it going on. He seemed to be a mover and a shaker, and that's what she was about. So they become friends. That's woman number two. These two ladies, interchangeably over time, I guess about a 1 month span, get to know this guy, Simon Leaviv. He's a straight up con artist from Israel, right? He does all his swindling on Tinder. These women meet him. They meet somebody who looks well put together, who proposes to be some sort of diamond dealer from this $1 billion family. He gets them real comfortable, takes them out, starts bringing them places, introduces them to family, all within a month or so of time. Jet sets, parties with them, showers them with gifts. And then something goes tragically wrong. About a month into it, this girl, Cecily, he starts talking about moving in with her and everything. He tells her to find an apartment for them. He tells her to look at apartments that are roughly about $15,000 a month. I'm not sure what these women do for a living, but apparently they have the means to, do these, types of transactions or whatever. So, they're talking on, Messenger. I love you, babe. You're the one for me. I want you to be my wife. I want you to have my children. Child, he gets these children, these women, all wrapped up in a whole scam. So the scam. He plays like he loves these women. These women wind up doing everything for him. Okay. They wind up, taking out loans, taking out credit cards, sending him money. He always has these security breaches because he's a diamond broker. He's always in trouble. His security team is being attacked. He has enemies. It's a lot of things taking place with this dude, Simon. What these women find out is that in a matter of time, he is able to swindle them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is amazing. He looks like a regular, normal Joe Blow. He is nothing special. He looks like a dude named Simon. So, getting back to the story, he gets Cecily to rent this apartment out. He's not staying with her very regularly, but often enough for her to feel like they're in this, really wonderful relationship with a guy who's a mover and a shaker. He can't be at one place, too often, but he does make her know that she's special and everything. So, she's in regular contact with him. The second woman, Pernilla, she didn't really have a spark for him, but she definitely understood that this guy was somebody. So she had no problem hanging out with him, partying with him, traveling with him on this private jet all across Europe, meeting other women, having dinners, really just doing it up, shopping. They're doing all these sorts of things. He's spending a lot of money on not just them, the group of party people, but all the people around him, his security team, this baby mama that hangs out with them. He got it going on. And then roughly about a month or so into his interaction with these women, he comes up with this phone call. Simon makes this phone call. Hey, my security team is getting attacked. I need y'all to send me a credit card. They blocked all my access to my money. I don't have any money. Please send me a credit card. American Express. I'm using American Express. For some reason, he was able to use American Express quite frequently. American Express people. How is it that them folks in Europe are able to defraud y'all so easily? They're able to get thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on these credit cards, and they're able to ship them all over overnight. It's pretty amazing. I've never really seen anything like it. It's not something that really happens here. Of course, you can get credit cards overnighted to you, but that's not something credit cards do. Credit card issuers, they don't really do that quite frequently. So I don't know what's up with the regulations in Europe where they're able to do this easily. These women are called with the scam, to help this man out. So they wind up sending him all kind of money. They're taking out online loans. These women are not, by any stretch of the imagination, rich people, but they're able to generate a whole lot of funds in a very short period of time to somebody who just, bam, falls off the face of the earth. Okay? His messages kind of fall off once he gets all the money. He starts becoming mean and nasty to them over the phone. It's really hurtful. These women have no way of making these payments on these loans and credit cards that he completely ran up. Okay? So it takes us to the last woman. Her name is Eileen. Eileen was a little bit different. Instead of it happening over a month period of time, this happened, she was in relation with this guy Simon for about 14 months. He had met her family. She had been with him extensively, traveled with them. Traveled with him. Oh, I had to shake back. Okay, traveled with him. And their story is a little bit different. So getting back to Cecily and Cornelia, they're running into all these financial difficulties behind this dude. Cecily winds up getting in touch with American Express, and they let her know this man Simon Leviev, he's been prosecuted for this before. He is a con artist, and he has done this to people before. In fact, he was sentenced to about 5 years in prison in Israel behind this same type of scheme. They know what he's doing, but circumstances happened when he was released from prison, and he was able to get the scam started up all over again. They know everything about him, and they give Cecily a lot of information about the dude. So she just can't take this laying down. She's like, you know what? I can't let other people be hurt the way I've been hurt. I have no way of fixing this, but we can make sure that he stops this and he's never able to hurt another woman. She gets in touch with the authorities, who can't really do much. So she was like, I need to get in touch with the media, and that's going to put a stop to it. So she gets in touch with the largest, I guess, newspaper in Norway. I forgot their name. And she talks to these researchers. They're like, hey, we would love to write a story about all this, but you got to give us proof. Just so happens she kept every text message, every video. She was able to chronicle out the moment she met this guy all the way up until the point where she had swindled and gave away hundreds of thousands of dollars, and her continuing interaction with this man. So they decided to take up the story. And while taking up the story, they wound up getting in contact with another woman. That woman was Cornelia, and she was able to corroborate everything that Cecily told them. They do some extensive research. I mean, traveling even out to Israel to get in contact with this guy. They were getting down to the bottom of it. Well, it just so happens they have enough of the story. They were able to connect all the dots and able to publish a really huge article nationwide in their nation, in Europe, chronicling out this excellent story about this guy who's swindling these women from Tinder, right? So they get in touch, and the very last woman who's chronicled in the documentary, Eileen, sees the article. She is currently in contact with Simon, and she's like, I cannot believe this. This guy, who I've been with for 14 months, is out here. He has a reputation of swindling women. He's been with all these women. They even do an online series of this where they upload all the videos the girls have made with him. And that includes them, kissing and hugging and all this stuff where he's actually entertaining, the thought that he's romantically linked to these women, right? So Eileen was like, I know, ain't this about up? She gets in contact with Simon. She was like, is this you? She sends him the article. He was like, it's lies. I don't know who that is. They're stealing my identity. A bunch of foolishness, right? He's a straight liar con artist. So she was like, no, it has to be true. because you did the same thing to me. And when we find out, she tells the audience, the viewers, that he got her out of $150,000. So this dude is jet setting all over Europe, okay? He is flying. He is living a good life. He is Gucci down every day to the socks, okay? Every day. All he wears is designer. It's Lamborghinis. It's all these high-end cars. It's Paddocks on his wrist. It's all these different types of things that he's able to purchase and fund on the strength of these poor women who, become so destitute they have to move back in with their families. So she was like, I know you're kidding. And I know how to get in touch with this dude. So she understands how to get in touch with him. So she gets in contact with the journalist who put the story out, who in turn turns her information over to the other two women, Cecily and Cornelia, and they wind up talking to one another. But Eileen was like, I can't go out like that. Before we go run this dude to the police, I gotta get him back. So she decides to do a mini con on him. So she knows all he wears is designer and everything. She was like, I'm gonna get some of them clothes, because she is a high-end luxury brand, I guess, marketing person. She was like, I'm gonna get some of them clothes, and baby, I'm gonna make it do what it do. I gotta recoup some of my money on this. I can't go out like that. So she thinks of this scam to get him to give her some of the clothes that he buys, because everything he wears is designer, and it's high-end designer. So he gives her, because he keeps asking her for money now that he done tapped his wells dry with Cecily and Cornelia. And I guess, his face is so visible, he really can't do anything. He can't go anywhere because everybody knows if they see him, he is a straight con artist. So he's going to jail. So she's able to figure out a way to meet him clandestinely. She gets him to hand over a lot of his clothes. And baby, she tells him she's going to take the clothes, sell them, and give him a little on the back end, to help him out a little bit. Baby, she took them clothes, put them things up there on Etsy and eBay and everything else. And baby, she didn't make $150,000, but she made, a couple $10,000, $20,000, something like that. She was able to get some of her money. And then when she got tired of dealing with him, she was like, y'all can have him. So she was able to give up enough information. The women were able to work together so that they can get him, I guess, arrested by the authorities. The sad part about this documentary is he wasn't arrested on the things that he did to these women, defrauding these women. He went to jail on some old charges that he did, I don't know, some years ago, where it was some other type of fraud. It had nothing to do with the women that he was able to defraud, and the women who actually brought his likeness out to the public. So Simon winds up going to jail for 5 months. Simon gets out of jail and is able to get back on Tinder, establish him a website, and teach people how to do what he did. He is now dating an Israeli model. Simon is still living the good life, knowing he done stole millions of dollars from people. I'm pretty sure if it was these women who were able to give him that type of money, I'm pretty sure there were, at least 20 others who did the exact same thing. Simon had a scam going. Simon looked like Mr. Peabody with a big set of glasses on, just like these. Baby. The Tinder Swindler. After watching this, I was so triggered because I know so many women who have resorted to just dating exclusively from online platforms such as Tinder, such as, eHarmony and that sort of thing. And although I don't believe eHarmony would allow something like that to really take place on their platform because it is a paid site, Platforms like Tinder and other online dating platforms can be really risky for women to try out because, there may be scammers. There may be, people who do heinous things to women, because they're not on the up and up. So in a pandemic, in a lockdown situation, and in a society where we're doing more and more and more online, how are you supposed to find a good man, Savannah? In the words of Funky Dineva. Because this right here is foolish. This was a very well put together documentary chronicling what happens when someone is just allowed to tap in on the emotions of fragile women who are really looking for the fairy tale and really just run amok. He is a cretin of an individual. And I don't think his story is done. I truly believe that we're probably going to hear about him in the news because he is really out here, really doing. He's teaching others the game, to be honest with you. So if you guys are really looking for a really fast moving documentary, it was about 2 hours long, put together on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy watching documentaries, especially ones that provide a lot of thought-provoking discourse afterwards. I talk about my friends and my sisters about this all the time. Online dating, pros and cons. At this point, if it's a bunch of Simons out here, I only got 2 coins to rub together. I can't have Simon taking both of them coins and put me in the hole for a couple of more. It's really pathetic. So you guys definitely check this documentary out on Netflix. It just came out this past Friday. Drop down in the comments and let me know how you liked it, how you liked this review. I am dying to interact with you guys to find out, what do y'all think about this? Do we swipe right and swipe left now? Or should we just leave online dating alone? Y'all let me know how you feel. It was so great to bring this to you. I'm Katie Speaks. I'll be here to review more documentaries, those that I find very interesting, and other reality-based TV shows and the like. That's all I have for y'all now. Leave a comment below, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Do all what y'all gotta do to keep your girl popping on here. Thanks and bye.